rubbing their arm can be a source of great comfort and reassurance to them. There are some situations that will require extra spiritual help. Facing life and death situations. Perhaps the family is not accepting of their condition, and this can create great tension. You might observe someone to be lonely and have few visitors. Perhaps they are facing surgery and are uncertain of the outcome. They have experienced a loss of limb or other body part. In every case where extra spiritual help is called upon, you need to know the resources that are available to you. Many facilities have a spiritual care coordinator that you can contact. Some of the larger facilities have a whole spiritual care department. Many have resident chaplains. In every case, you can always discuss the situation with social services, and certainly should do so with your supervising nurse. We have assembled a panel from different faith traditions who have agreed to talk with us about their faith. Please watch as they discuss how their spiritual needs can be met in a healthcare setting. Welcome, panel. It's nice to have you with us today. I would ask you please to introduce yourself and tell us which faith tradition you represent.
I'm Sadia and I'm representing Islamic tradition.
I'm Deborah and I'm Jewish and I'm representing the faith of Judaism.
I'm John and I'm representing the tradition of Christianity.
Panel, if you were in a healthcare facility, what would be the most important faith practices that you would want to observe in order for your spiritual needs to be met?
I would like to be able to pray 5 times a day, and in order to do that I need a clean place and a prayer rug where I can pray. And also I prefer that it's a quiet place where I'm praying.
A traditional Jew would pray 3 times a day. That person would need to face east and probably be praying in Hebrew. As a Jewish woman, I'd really want to be able to light candles on Friday night, which would be the beginning of our Sabbath, the Shabbat, and respect the Sabbath as a day of rest. It'd also be important for me to have the food I would need to continue in my faith practices, and this diet would include, or I should say exclude, pork and shellfish, and would have meat slaughtered in a kosher fashion. Those things would all be very important to me.
I think one of the things that happens to some folks as they move into a healthcare facility is that they lose a connection with their congregations and therefore their faith tradition. I would hope that the healthcare facility as well as congregations would work really hard to make sure that that connection doesn't get lost, that folks who are Lutheran or Catholic or Episcopal might be connected still with somebody of their own denomination.
Would you each finish this sentence in regards to your spiritual needs being met in a healthcare setting? I would be offended if.
Well, I would be offended if somebody through ignorance made fun of my tradition or denomination in some fashion. If I were Buddhist, a practicing Buddhist, somebody who would maybe make fun of my meditation, or if I were a Roman Catholic, somebody saying something to the effect, "Oh, that religion is all smells and bells." I think the roots of our faith, no matter what our tradition, they run very deep, and we really don't know. We need to refrain from making offhanded comments about something that might be very offensive to someone.
I would be very offended if someone tried to convert me. I feel that my faith is sound. I believe if I was near death and someone felt I needed to be saved in order to go to heaven and they tried to convert me, this would be very hurtful to me because Jews believe that all righteous people go to heaven, and I would not need to be converted, and I would not welcome that kind of comment nor any kind of literature in that regard.
I'll be really offended if I am offered pork or forced to eat it, because being a Muslim, we do not eat pork. And also if someone comments on my veil and mock my veil or my beliefs, I am a Muslim woman and my veil is my identity and I'm proud to wear it. It's just act of obedience to God.
What are some of the things, panel, that anyone watching this tape, the people who are watching this tape, could do in order to assure that your needs would be met in a healthcare setting?
I think of two things right off the bat. One is really just listening. I think many times elderly, especially in our healthcare facilities, have a need to share and to talk, and some of the conversation that they move into is reflecting upon their own faith journey, their own faith story, and in a very non-judgmental way, just to hold that story for them and with them, if they want to talk about it and have somebody hear them out, maybe where the experience of faith has been very important in their lives. I think the other piece is that oftentimes there are folks that, for whatever reason, are disconnected from any type of religious experience and church tradition and the like. And I think we have to respect that we don't necessarily raise some questions that make others feel uncomfortable, but really respect the fact that their journey of life and their journey with their God is theirs, and they don't have to do certain things, at least according to how I would see things, for their life to be okay. So I think a great deal of respecting somebody where they've lived and what they've experienced.
I think the nursing assistant could help me more in the physical way, that she or he would assist me in obtaining the things I needed to pray. For example, my prayer book, my glasses. If I was a man, I would need my prayer shawl and a head covering. I would also want to be with my community, if that was down the hall in a meeting room, or if there was a synagogue attached to the facility. That nurse's aide would need to help me remember perhaps what time it was, and to make sure I actually got to those services and was able to enjoy them and worship together with the other members. Those things would be very important. Again, I think that being respectful of my tradition, and also realizing that it's going to be something time related too, Friday nights and through Saturday versus a Sunday service.